Hello, this is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. Let's get started here. Bring in my supplies. I'm going to be using Night of Navy and Memento ink. I'm using Elegantly Said. I'm using this element here. Excuse me. And this thank you. I'm bringing in the, what are they called? Iconic dies. There's these little flowers and leaves. But you can make this card without them and it looks really nice. I just had them sitting on my desk and they looked really fun with it, so I added them. They're here, I already cut them out. And this is crushed curry and old olive. Okay, I have a 3/4 by 3.5 inch piece of white. And for these black pieces you could use Night of Navy, but I chose to use black. This is 7/8 by 3 5/8 inches. I have a 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece of white. 2 7/8 by 4 3/8 inch piece of black. These will get layered. I have a piece of the Pattern Party Designer Series paper, which is 4 by 5 1/4. A piece of black, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then my card base, which is thick white, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored and folded at 4 1/4. Let's start by mounting these two together. Let's see if this glue is going to work today. It's almost empty and it's giving me a hard time. Let's see if I can get any glue out of it. There we go. I think I need to get a new one out. And it's just going to have the tiniest little border around it. So line up 3 edges and set it down. And the glue gives you that tiny little bit of wiggle room you need. Okay, there's that. This can go right on the front of our card. I'm going to squeeze out every last bit of this that I can. Okay, let's bring out a new one. Yeah, this one's got some in it. Center that up, and again it's going to be a 1/16 of an inch border all the way around. There we go. We'll put that aside. Let's bring in these 2 white layers. They need stamped on. Alright, now this one, the 3/4 inch by 3 1/2 inches, I'm going to stamp the sentiment on. Now in my original I did it all in Night of Navy, but I decided since I'm using black layers I'm going to use black for the sentiment. So let's use the memento. I can always change my mind and do it navy. Pick that up good. Stamp this down, and it's over towards the right hand side. Very good. Okay, that can get set aside to dry. We're done with the memento ink. Let's bring in this piece and this element. And this was the 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. We're going to ink this up, and I'm going to ink it this way because it's a large stamp. I'm just tapping it lightly, I'm not pushing hard. Now I'm going to Stamp this down here in this bottom corner. Perfect. And then let's turn it around. I'm going to do it one more time here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Just tapping it lightly. Okay, one more time. Opposite corner. I love all the details in this stamp. It's a fun one. Perfect. Okay, that's all the stamping. It's really an easy card. Okay. So this piece is going to get mounted on the 2 7/8 by 4 3/8 inch piece of black. Ink on my fingers, make sure that's wiped off. Center that up, set it down. I'm going to actually turn it over here and rub it. There we go. Alright, now let's bring in the thank you and this 7/8 by 3 5/8 inch piece. Mount that together. This glue is just the opposite of the other one. It's coming out way too fast. Line that up. Set it down. Okay, let's bring in our card base. And this piece here. I'm going to turn this over. We're going to put dimensionals on the back of it. Use some of these and edges from another card just because I want to use them up. Trying to tidy up my workspaces a little bit. That meant consolidating a couple things. Alright, let's take these backs off. Excuse me. Okay, this is going to get centered on the front of the card. That looks good. This piece here, it's going to get glue on the back of it, but just in the center. You don't need any glue on the edges because it's going to hang off the edges. Make sure it's right side up. Figure out where you want it. Right about there, I think. Set it down. I actually think I like the navy better than the black, but that's alright. Okay, now let's bring in these little guys. Let's start by adding a little leaf. Just little dots on the back. See, just little dots on the back is fine. Set it down. Not even squeezing the glue, I'm just using the tip to get the glue out. One more little one here. Okay, then to finish it off, I'm going to bring in some holiday rhinestones. And we can either do these blue ones. On this card I did the light blue ones. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use these navy ones. And I'm just going to use the small size. Let's use it from this end. Put 2 here. Oops. Stick. Thank you. And 1 over here. There we go. There's a card we just made together. Here's the one I did previously. Really the only difference is that I did black ink on this one, navy ink on this one, and these have a lighter blue rhinestone. Well, thanks for joining me today at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper.